Nigga, what a bag to fumble. What a bag to fumble, okay? I want some of your brownsugar. I want some of your brownsugar. I want some of your brownsugar. So Nia Long's man's, I don't know his name, I'm sorry. I know he's like the coach, one of the coaches for the Boston Celtics, right? And he was recently in the headlines because allegedly he had an inappropriate relationship with like a staff member, and so like people are basically insinuating, or I guess it's leading to believe that he cheated on Miss Nia Long. I think it's her fiance, right? I know that I don't think they're married, so I think it's her fiance. And like, really, what I want to talk about this, because like obviously that's unfortunate for Miss Nia Long, because like Nia Long's name is never in like the blogs or any of the gossip, like those, like her name is never out here in these streets, because she's just a great actress and she's gorgeous as hell, and that's all she's been known for all these years. And for, like I said, the first time her name being in these things because her nigga out here being foul, it's just like, what the hell? Like, nigga, why? You had Nia freaking Long. That is one of the gorgeous, like, just naturally just gorgeous. Like, I remember when I used to watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and, you know, she played Lisa. I used to think she was just the prettiest woman. Like, I thought she was so freaking gorgeous. With that shortcut, yeah, her and Laura, the woman that plays Laura Winslow on the family, like that shortcut, them two used to kill it. I used to be like, yes, when I grow up, I want a hairstyle just like that. And it's going to happen one day. One day I'm going to get my little auntie cut, okay? I feel like when I turn 30, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a little auntie situation, a little shortcut like that. Like, but you know what I'm saying? Like, Nia Long, great actress, gorgeous woman. Like, what more could you ask for? But you know what? Every time we talk about when it comes to cheating and people are like, how could you cheat on this gorgeous woman? It's like, how many times we gotta learn this? Some of the most gorgeous women in the world have been cheated on. Halle Berry, Beyonce, okay? Like, we already know that it's nothing to do with looks. You can be gorgeous, you could be funny, smart, all the things a man could possibly want in a wife or a girlfriend, whatever situation I got going on. And it will still never be enough. It will still never be enough for a man who is either deeply insecure, or a man who hasn't dealt with his childhood wounds, a man who has attachment issues, all of those things. If those things are not dealt with beforehand, or even while y'all are together, it's going to be a thing. Cheating is going to happen. It's not a reflection of you and what you could have done or shoulda, coulda, woulda done. It was going to happen regardless. And it was going to happen regardless if you were Nia Long or shorty, like, from around the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether you are, you know, super, super pretty, or you are average or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because everyday pretty women get cheated on every day. You know what I'm saying? So it really has nothing to do with looks at all. Niggas gonna cheat regardless, because I said most of the time these niggas cheat, and objectively the women are usually never prettier than the wife or never prettier than the girlfriend. Like, it's just what it is, because niggas don't care about this stuff. It's all about ego. It's all about, like I said, if they haven't dealt with the stuff they need to deal with, they're gonna do that stuff. So it's just like, at least she found that out before she married that man. At least that. Like I said, her name out here in these streets, but you know what? At least we all came together and supported our girl. Okay? So who needs them? I'm like, I always thought that, like, every time guys are like, well, if such and such got cheated on, there's no hope for all of us. And it's like, not necessarily. It's just that you gotta, while there's really no 100% way to know if you're gonna get cheated on, because, like, sometimes you be blindsided by them things. But at the same time, sometimes the proof is there. And sometimes, like I said, you see a guy demonstrating, like I said, insecurity, you know, the nigga that's a player from the Himalayas, like them type of things, like who really hasn't dealt with that. Like, why was he doing that? You know, if the parents were dealt with cheating, like there's so many factors into why somebody may cheat on someone, and you need to make sure when you're getting in a serious committed relationship with someone that, you know, like, see what's the history going on. Like, see if that man has dealt with those things, because if not, it's gonna show up. If it's not going to show while you're dating, it's going to show when you get married. And I'd rather it show up when we get together. Well, I'd rather it show up when we're dating before we get into a law-binding agreement. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, super unfortunate with Nia. I feel like she'll be okay though. Like I said, it's Nia freaking Long. She'll be fine. But that nigga, what a bag to fumble. What a bag to fumble. Okay? Let's see. The last topic that I want to talk about that happened last week is Mr. John Boyega. Okay? So John Boyega has been making waves on the timeline because he has said in multiple interviews that he has a preference for black women, and people were upset at that, which is just like, huh? And saying, well, how would you feel if a white man said he has a preference for white women? Nothing, because I don't care what white men think, and like that. Like, I would rather him say that than say he has a preference for black women. I hate when white men do that. It's like, if you gonna date black women, just date black women. You don't have to scream for the mountaintops that you love black women, because you know exactly what you're doing. I already said this when I was talking about Mr. Jack Harlow and other white men who have learned that black women support is quite profitable. And so they sit there and they pander to us. I don't think what John Boyega is necessarily doing is pandering. It's him saying what he's saying, because I think that so many times we don't hear that enough. Or we hear the foolishness of a man saying, oh, I love black women, I love black women are God, black women are this and that. And then you turn around and his wife is like his wife is light bright, damn near white. And not light bright in terms of like she's just a light-skinned black woman. I'm talking about racially ambiguous, like, black women, you know what I mean? Like, and that's what the too many times we got the okey doke with that. Like I said, these men sit there and they declare how much they love us, but you look at the dating history and it's never gave black women. It's never even gave, like I said, not even gave a light-skinned woman. It just be straight up racially ambiguous, mixed or white women. And then it's funny because those men do all those things, and then when they get burned by those women, they come back complaining about, I'm a young black man. And yes, I'm talking about Ray J and Kanye, okay? Like, nigga, this is a slight tangent because we ain't even talking about that, because I didn't feel like the need to really bring up that stuff. But like, them niggas really get me, because I'm just like, y'all did not care when you were reaping the benefits from having those women on your arm. You didn't care when you were reaping the benefits from whatever those women were giving you, okay? But the moment they either broke up with you, didn't want nothing to do with you, now you want to come cry racial injustice, please, you made your bed, lay in that junk, okay? Please, we do not care. You were talking about, I'm a young black man, we do not care. Don't come back to us now. But it's just crazy, because like I said, you sit there. That's why I was so hard on Big Sean. Not because I am not a fan of him and Janae Aiku's relationship, which they are having a baby, so congrats to them. Beautiful things, beautiful things. But it was never about that. It was the fact that he was sitting there talking about black women are this and black women are that. But the dating history is giving very much, ever since you were famous, ever since you've been in the public eye, you have strategically dated women who were not what you are describing, black women. You are not dating black women. You are dating women who had a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little that. They like, come on now. Because at the end of the day, yes, even if someone like Naya Rivera identified as a black woman, her experience compared to someone like a Lupita is completely different. And you know that, because a lot of race is a social construct in this country, and you're gonna be whatever race people perceive you as is the way you're gonna be treated in this world. That's why even the other day with Miss Meghan Markle, why she was making waves, because she said she didn't experience racism until she entered the royal palace, is like, because that's what it is. Race is a social construct. Someone like Meghan Markle and someone like Barack Obama, two biracial people, moved in the world completely different just because they physically looked different. So yes, if your girlfriend is 15% black, but she's giving very much European, okay? Or she's giving very much, like I said, ambiguous, or people are perceiving her to not be black, that's not a black woman. It's not. That's the way that the world works. So, I say all that to say that I think it's pretty dope that John Boyega is out here saying, you know what, I love black women. I want to be with a black woman. And he's giving his reasons, and the reasons are valid. It's not coming from I'm just trying to keep popping because I want the black woman to like me because it's going to help my career. Now, granted, that could be like 15% of it, right? Because like I said, when black women mess with you, that is a lot for your career. He ain't stupid. But also, I just think that he is aware enough, conscious enough, whatever you want to call it, for him to realize that there is true benefit with, as a black person, to be with another black person. Like, yeah, love is love, go off. Date. I'm not a person that's like, whatever, but I'm just, you know, if it's probably more beneficial as a black person, as well as any minority, to date the same minority as you. That's it. Because they know more than anybody else what it is like. And as much as, you know, you might have a non-black partner that loves you down, they're never going to truly grasp that experience, no matter how much they try to empathize with you, because that's just not the world we live in. So yes, love who you want to love, be who you want to be with, but also don't sit here and say you love black women and black women are so great, and then turn around and then we see your dating preferences and it's giving very much not what we thought it was, bestie. Like, that's what it is. But don't sit there and turn it around to be something that it's not and try to say, well, if it was white people, well, white people do all the time. They don't have to say anything about who they date. It's obvious. You know what I'm saying? So leave John alone. And I watched The Women King the other day. My nigga ate down. He is really shaping up to be a force in Hollywood. Like, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it and I'm loving it. He did so good in that movie. And that movie was just excellent across the board. 10 out of 10 would recommend and tell a friend and see again. Okay? But yeah, those are all the topics for this week. This is this week's pop culture wrap up, rundown, whatever you want to call it. Y'all let me know about all the topics we discussed today. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll definitely see y'all in my next video. Peace out, y'all.